Another Nick No Banger.
Ontario's best has arrived at the Hawks Nest, and it's finally time to kick off the OCAA Men's Basketball Championships with Game 1, the Sheridan Bruins versus the Niagara Knights. Hello, I'm Natalie Stoberman. OCAA Coach of the Year Jim Flack will be leading his Western Division champion Bruins against the Niagara Knights squad that's been clawing their way through the standings all season in order to get to these championships, which is the first time for them since 2011. For more on the matchup, let's send it over to Corey and Connor. Gentlemen?
Thank you, Natalie. I'd like to welcome you to the OCAA Men's Basketball Championships, the first game here at the Hawks Nest at Humber College. I'm Corey Graham alongside Connor Forrest, and today's matchup, we got the first in the West Sheridan Bruins versus the fifth in the West Niagara Knights. Tell us a little bit about this matchup, Connor.
First of all, we got a treat. We get to see the number one team coming into this tournament, the Sheridan Bruins. There you see the standings, 15-3 on the season, and they got to be feeling really good about themselves right now, Corey. They faced this Knights team twice, and they've beaten them both. But then this Knights team, 12-6, they've been climbing their way up, and now they sit at a decent record in this first game here for Friday.
And the Sheridan Bruins, they got to that 15-3 record with an 8-game win streak to finish off the season as we get ready for tip-off here. That's thanks to two of their better players, that being Brian Owusu and Dylan Perena. They start the game on the court tonight.
Gotta love those two guys. Just look at the efficiency and the stats from these two. It says it all for himself. I mean, these guys are really great. They've been having great seasons for this Bruins team. First team All-Stars. Gotta look at this Knight squad too. You got Morocco Lundy and Elroy Granison, who are second team All-Stars, and you need them to step up big for this game. And off to the races, Corey.
All right, so play now underway here. Niagara with the ball, looking to get something started. Still a break here. There's a pass into the key, and that can't get laid up. There's another chance here for the Knights. They laid up again off the board. And it'll go out of bounds. Looking to go the other way, the Bruins pick up the ball.
And a big key for this game for this Knights team is to capitalize on those second chance points and those turnovers that this Bruins team frequently commits throughout the game. They are, I believe they're like 9th in turnovers in the league. No, they lead the league in turnovers, Corey.
The Sheridan Bruins are leading the league in turnovers, 12.2 per game, so if Niagara can capitalize on that, that will definitely be a turning point. Here's a jumper put up by the Bruins. That one just goes long.
Tough shot.
Coming the other way. Number 4, Tyrell Rogers. In your books, probably number 10. They've changed his number to 4 tonight. He'll take a jumper from the side, and that will drain. That'll be our first 2 points of the game. That puts them up early in this first quarter.
Great baseline drive and a great floater. Tough shot. Not necessarily the best shot selection if you're the Knights, but a lead nonetheless. And here we see the same thing from the Bruins, but that time no good. And there you start to see that sloppy one-on-one play that we've seen from these Bruins. But when you have the skill that they do on their team core, I guess you can kind of get away with it.
Yeah, the Bruins are a very good offensive team. Hopefully they're able to clean up their defense tonight, but they have had the upper hand sweeping the season series from the Niagara Knights so far this season. I have to give the game to them so far, but we'll see how the game goes.
Now these Knights, they did take it to overtime against these Bruins one game, so they have shown that they can play with this team.
Morrison with the ball, tosses it across. Morocco Lundy, the second team All-Star, drives in. He'll put it up and roll it off the fingers for another 2 points. That's a 4-0 lead for the Knights.
Another tough shot, but a great crossover, driving down the middle of the lane. And that's a lapse in the Bruins defense. You got to collapse on him when he goes for it.
Dylan Periano with the ball now. Tosses it across. There's a shot, an 18-footer. It goes off the rim, but a foul is called.
He's going to shoot 3.
Here's a replay of that last play of the Knights that put them up by 4.
Great move from Lundy.
Lundy, a very dynamic player for this team, averaging about 19 points per game.
On 43% shooting as well, so very efficient.
Very good numbers for Lundy. At the line right now for Sheridan is number 33, Brian Owusu, a second team All-Star himself. He makes 2 shots from the line.
Free throws have to go in to win, and we're seeing that from this Bruins team, and it looks like they're going to make it a 1-point game.
Owusu averaging 17.5 points per game, just under Lundy, and he's earned his spot on that second team All-Star, that's for sure. Now making his way up the court is Morrison. He'll make a long pass that does not find his target at all, goes into the crowd, and it'll come back the other way in the Bruins' hands.
Now we talked about the Bruins and their constant turnovers, but we also got to look at the Knights as well. They cannot afford to be making sloppy decisions like that against this Bruins team. That is such a proficient scoring team.
The upside for the Niagara Knights, they are very active in their defensive zone. And there's another 3 jacked up from the 18-footer, and that'll put them ahead 6-4. Bruins have the lead now.
Brian Owusu, a little heat check there, and another turnover. But then another turnover from the Bruins, so back and forth.
Owusu looking for a pass, but no one making the break. And there is a call here. Referee's convening to figure out what happened. That call will go Niagara's way.
Owusu averaging 17.5 points a game, and he's got 5 of the 6 for the Bruins right now.
Morrison looking for a play to set up here. Finding no one, he'll make the break himself. Driving right into the key. He'll pass it down low, and that'll be laid up right at the board.
Great drive coming in there for the Knights. Drive in addition from Morrison.
Owusu trying to get around his defender. He does, sort of, and a foul is called there. That was a little bit of a sloppy play from both sides. It'll end up working out for Owusu.
Great defense at the beginning of the play from Morrison, but he got a little too aggressive there. But you like to see that fight in these Knights so far. They're coming out strong.
That is right, Connor. It is the OCAA playoffs. We like to see fight from both of these teams, as it is down to the wire now. Periana trying to find a lane in. He does. Lots of players to get around. It bounces up around the rim. There's a rebound picked up by the Knights. Fast break now. Lundy on the side, back out to the top.
The Knights playing very conservative, slowing it down, playing their game.
McDonald throws that out just inside the line. and that does not fall. Fast break down the other way. Bruins pull up, take a shot. That does not fall.
And even though those shots didn't fall, great shot selection on that last play. Tyrell Rogers with a great pull-up, wide open, didn't fall, but you like to see those great shots.
Owusu tries his hand on the rim. He can't get that to go. Lundy fouled at the line here. That'll be Niagara's ball. Protest here by the Bruins. That won't work. Call's already been made.
Looks like we got ourselves a substitution, number 35 for the Knights. Delroy Grandison coming in.
Quan Hilton in as well. He'll throw it down low. There's a layup at the rim. Now 8-6 for the Knights. Periana coming back the other way with some speed. He'll hold up. Looking for a play. Both teams trying to get into this game right now. Periana finds a lane, gets hit by a bunch of bodies and drops the ball. We'll wait to see what the call is here.
Now Grandison coming in, he's nearly averaging a double-double, so a great substitution, especially in a game like this where these Knights want to dominate the boards.
Periana now at the line. He has a chance to tie this game up. And he misses his first shot.
See if he can go one for two here, Corey.
And he salvages 1 point out of that. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. That's off a foot there. Looks like a little bit of a kick, but that call will not stand as it was out of bounds on the Bruins anyways.
Lots of time on the shot clock.
Mundy inbounds it. He gets it back.
Let's see what they
Up
got.
top, looking for a play. He has a lane. Lots of coverage in there. And there's a foul call. It looks like the Knights will get their first chance at the line tonight. Rather, they'll just get to inbound it.
Neither team in foul trouble. Still 6 minutes left to play, but the Bruins with 2 team fouls and the Knights with 3.
Hilton takes a shot from way downtown, and he sinks it easily.
Deep 3. That's what you like to see if you're the Knights. Biggest lead of the night so far, 4 points.
You'll have to look out for Hilton for the rest of the game. He took that shot very quickly and still drained it. And down the other end, the Bruins drained one of their own. That one to jumper.
Nice 12-foot Jimmy inside the paint there. Answer right back.
Inbounded on the far side by Rogers. He inbounds it to Hilton, one of the smaller players on the court. Looks like he's still able to drain threes. There's a jumper right inside the 18-footer, and he'll drain that one. 13-9 for the Knights.
Gotta love the confidence in these shots from both sides. You saw Hilton earlier drill that 3 and some great defense from the Knights.
There's a turnover, one they're league leading. Hilton takes one from the 3 line, and he'll drain that one as well. He's now 2 for 2 on the night early in this game.
Hilton rolling quick 6 points.
Another turnover for the Bruins. Hilton taking it back the other way. He'll throw it down for Rogers. He'll fake the shot back to Hilton. And he misses his first 3 of the night. Could you imagine if he went 3 for 3 so early on?
3 for 3 would have been fantastic, but he's already given his team a 7-point lead. Oh, and an easy layup. You got to finish that if you're the Bruins.
Great back and forth play between these two teams. Hilton again, he takes another 3, and that one rims out.
Hilton had a little bit of a hot streak, but it looks like he's going to cool it down. And the Bruins will slow this down. That's what they got to do. A little bit of a hectic few minutes there.
Periana looking to slow play down. He'll hold it out for his team. Periana, he takes a 3 of his own. And that one rims out. After a lot of shots made right in a row, a lot of shots being missed now.
Well, that's a good shot. Owusu beating his defender, creating the open shot. Just got to knock it down.
Jordan McDonald right inside the paint, can't get it to fall. Periana. A 3 taken right away. That rebound picked up by Morocco Lundy. Lundy taking the drive himself, can't find the lane. A nice one-handed pass. Finds its target, but it can't find the rim. Rogers takes a shot from 3. These jumpers not falling up for either team right now. Here's one inside the paint, and that's rebounded by Owusu.
These Knights really dominating inside the paint with Grandison and Owusu. Really being aggressive, but some great defense.
Niagara Knights bench getting up for that one. A great block there.
Grandison saying no to that one.
Laquan Hilton on the far side of the court. Down low, right inside the paint. That one does not fall. A nice little jumper there, though, from Delroy Grandison. Coming back the other way, Periana has the fast break. He'll get it to fall, but it looks like an
Charging,
offensive.
it's going to be an offensive foul.
It is. I don't believe it was on Periana, however.
And judging by player reaction, it looks like it's go against Cole Rodney. I believe that's his second. And yeah, he's going to come out. They're going to want to sit him down. Can't lose him. And two new substitutions coming in. Number 31 for the Bruins.
Devon Cole Rodney, who just took a seat there for the Bruins. That was his second, his first in the defensive end. He has to cool his head there a little bit, sit down on the bench. Laquan Hilton trying to drive in. He'll get it to go. The basket does not count, however.
Foul on the floor, but a great drive from Hilton, taking a baseline with that little floater. And the Knights really controlling the paint right now.
Right now, the most dynamic players for both teams are the smallest on the court. Laquan Hilton for Niagara Knights and Periana for the Bruins, also both number 7.
Ironically, both number 7, absolutely. Oh, and Grandison's going to get caught with a travel. A little bit of a lapse there.
Right call. Looks like he was going to look for a pass. Didn't see anybody open. Tried to get it started again. Now here's Bennett for the Bruins. He'll inbound that.
He alongside James Carlin are going to get some minutes here in the closing first.
Navdeep Deal with the layup right inside the paint. That'll put another 2 on the board for the Bruins.
Great spin move followed by the floaty. And that's what you want to see from the Bruins, a team effort, getting everybody involved.
Grandison.
Oh, great backdoor
pass
cut.
down low. Lots of time here for Lundy. Got to have a defender on that guy. He doesn't get the jumper to go, but you can't leave him open for long. There's a reason he's on the second team All-Star.
If you're Lundy, you got to knock that down. That's a big bucket for your team. Give them an 8-point lead.
Deal with the ball. Trying to find a lane. He does. Running into all kinds of bodies there and can't drive it to the basket. Lundy throws it into the key. Lots of passes being made here. A lot of chemistry shown by the Knights, but they can't get the basket to drop.
Jonathan Mataya unable to put that hook shot inside.
Bennett throws it down low. And there's a nice little jumper from the key. A fadeaway gets that one to drop. 16-13 now for the Knights.
Bennett's first bucket, beats his defender on the baseline, gets the space, knocks down the 8-foot Jimmy.
Number 15, Allerike doing some defending there for the Bruins. A nice little jumper he made on that last shot, and then Hilton makes a 3 again.
3 for 5, he's feeling it.
This guy is a player to look out for, the Niagara Knights. We did not highlight him in the intro, but maybe we should have. Periana, toss across to Bennett. Bennett takes that one just inside the 3-pointer. He can't get it to fall. Periana picks up the rebound.
Great offensive rebound.
Allerike. Looks like he's going to take it himself. He'll toss it to Periana.
Oh.
That one just outside the 3. That'll put another one up on the board there for the Bruins. And it must have been just inside the 18-foot line. That's another 2-pointer.
Hilton, though, having a little bit of a defensive lap there, allowing Periana with an easy open 3.
Great rebounding being shown so far from the Bruins. As Dio picks that one up. And here's a nice shot from Periana. It just toes inside the 18-foot line to make it a 2. But would have been a nice shot. It's a nice shot anyways. Periana.
And it looks like they're going to have the last shot. Corey, shot clock is off, and it's going to be all Periana versus Hilton, the story of the first quarter.
Just under 15 seconds to go in this first. Dylan Periana looking for this last drive to try and bring it within a few points. Deal from downtown, and it misses everything and goes out of bounds.
That's an air ball. Not the last kind of shot you want to end the first quarter, but still 0.7 seconds. Maybe we can have ourselves a little full court winner here.
Rocco Lundy puts it up, and it's nowhere close. A good try, however, with 0.7 remaining, and we're going into the second quarter. Knights up 19-15. That first quarter was sponsored by Bel Air Direct. We will be back in this second quarter at the Hawks Nest in just a moment.
At Humber, we are career-focused. We provide practical learning in and out of the classroom. We are chefs. We are programmers. We are community builders. We are technicians. We are entrepreneurs. We are Humber.
And we're back here at the Hawks Nest at Humber College. The Niagara Knights versus Sheridan Bruins. The Knights are up 19-15 in between the first and second quarter. This has been a very dynamic game, and players to highlight right now, I'd have to say Laquan Hilton, who's hit three three-pointers so far tonight. He's got to be a player to watch out for, Connor.
Oh, absolutely. In terms of perimeter play, you got to get on this guy, and that's one of the things we saw in this first quarter from the Bruins, that they're very lackadaisical, you can sort of speak, on the perimeter. They got to really tighten up their defense, but they're also getting bullied inside. Delroy Grandison has been really active on the boards, as well as Jordan McDonald. They've been attacking the paint, and although their shot percentage isn't quite what they want it to be right now, they're getting those second chance opportunities, and they're making it work, and now they have themselves a 4-point lead after that first.
It's not surprising that Hilton has hit these threes so far, but for his team, I did highlight earlier that they are second in the league in both field goals made per game and points per game. However, they are 10th in three-point attempts, and so far they are leading the game in that. So Laquan Hilton definitely picking up his team so far. Morocco Lundy takes a poor shot there. There's another turnover for Sheridan. They're going to have to clean that up. Hilton takes a three on the run, and it just rims out.
And a tough shot from Hilton if he would have made that, and this is his night. Some great defense from Jamar Parkinson.
There's a traveling call against the Sheridan Bruins, and
right off the backcourt, you see two quick turnovers. We highlighted this at the beginning of the game. Those Bruins lead the league in turnovers, and there we see two right in the beginning of this second. So they're really going to have to lower those turnovers, keep their possessions, and get opportunities.
They have to clean up their game right now, as Laquan Hilton is on fire for the Knights. Either have to find a way to defend him or stop giving up turnovers. Hilton starts that play, throws it down low. The Knights drawing a foul. The basket does not fall.
So Jenkins will go to the line for two. A great inside pass. And we have some substitutions here, Corey, for the Bruins. Alex Elliott, as well as number 33, Jordan McDonald, coming back in. And you notice the switch. Excuse me. That is Brian Owusu coming back into the Bruins. And you notice the switch. Jamar Parkinson is now guarding the man with the hot hand, Laquan Hilton. So definitely a coaching move there.
Something needing to be changed for someone to guard Hilton. You don't want him to keep jacking up these threes. That'll build up a lead very quickly. Deal almost making another turnover. He does. The Bruins able to pick it up again, though. Deal right inside the paint, can't get it to drop high off the board.
Great defense from Jenkins, getting a finger on that. And there you almost see another turnover, 3 for 3 in the second quarter from these Bruins.
Rogers tossed it down low, he gets it back. Hilton wide open on this near side, want to look out for him. Rogers, he'll take the three himself, and he'll get it to drop. That's now 24-15 for the Knights. We were predicting a win by the Bruins early on in this game, and right now they're just not showing any of that right now.
Tyrell Rogers just going with the go-ahead bucket from downtown. He knocks it down, and if these Bruins can take that as any sign of what's to come, they really got to get up in this Knights team and tighten up their defensive
Don't count
play.
them out, as Brian Owusu puts another two on the board. That's our first point in a while. On the other side of the court, Knights try to put up a jumper, it doesn't fall. Now fast break the other way. Bruins right at the rim, and there's a block there. The Bruins do get the point to fall, but wow, what a nice block by Grandison coming back all the way down the court.
Thank God for Hibbert. He was there for the rebound. Easy 2 points, but Grandison really getting active on the defensive end. He's got a number of rebounds as well as 2 blocks.
Quan Hilton hot on the ball. He'll toss it down low. There's another 3. It rims out. Rebound by Grandison. A little hook shot. That does not fall either.
And there you see another offensive rebound for Grandison. It's those second chance opportunities that these Knights need.
Owusu can't get that one to go off the backboard. And Grandison averaging about 10 rebounds a game. It's a little weird on the OCAA website as his stats are kind of split up into 2, so it's hard to average him out, but he is around 10 per game. Rogers finds a lane. He'll stop up and hook it. That one doesn't fall. 24-19 for the Knights right now. Just about 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Bruins got a little bit of a break there, allowing him inside the paint.
Owusu trying to find his way around. He'll be the man with the ball for the Bruins this game. Although they do have a few other players they can rely on. Of course, Dylan Periana, he's averaging almost 17 points a game. And Adam Ellerich, number 15, he's averaging 15 points a game as well. So a very offensive team, the Bruins. But they still are down in this game.
Now you see some great D from Grandison, but Hibbert with the rebound. Get his first bucket of the game. But just back to that last play, you had Owusu on the smaller Hilton. You really got to take that to the paint instead of settling for a jump shot. You got the man by at least 2 feet. You really got to go at him.
Here's a fight at the rim for both teams. The Knights still have the ball. That one's out top. Another 3 taken. The Knights having a lot of confidence beyond that 18-foot line tonight.
Those Bruins struggling with the offensive and defensive rebounds. But Owusu spinning inside, no good.
Another turnover for the Bruins. Rogers down low, that hits a foot and goes out of bounds. They'll call that a kick ball. And inbounded here now by Alex Elliott.
He's jacked up a few threes tonight. Hasn't gotten any fall right now, but he just did come off the bench, so give the man a little few shots to warm up, and I'm sure he'll knock a few down. Oh, and here we go.
He has shown a lot of confidence tonight. I'm sure he'll get some to fall soon. And hard to tell what really happened in the corner. We can't have a good sight line from the booth here, but it looks like the Bruins got that inbound.
Oh, Periana throwing it off of Elliott's foot. Give them the possession. And the Knights find themselves up 5.
Periana looking for his own lane. He'll stop and put it up. Rebound there, right at the rim. Can't get it to fall. Rogers coming back the other way on a fast break.
Ooh, the great defense from the Bruins, and Rogers not happy with that one.
Down the other way. Owusu on the far side. He'll take his own 3, and that one rims out. Rebound taken by Dave Morrison. Alex Elliott on the far side. Being guarded by 2 people. He'll throw it out behind him to Morrison. Elliott up top. Across to Rogers, he has a little bit of time. Down under the rim.
Baseline
7 left
kick.
on the clock. That does not hit anything. Clock will still run down, and it's taken out of bound by the Bruins. Knights get a little bit of a break.
And even though Morrison, you know, I'm going to assume he got blocked here. I don't want to quite label that an air ball. I think he got blocked. But even off of that missed shot, they still get the possession, and they still find themselves, I don't believe no, Rogers will inbound, but these second chance opportunities for these Knights are really what's given them the lead. And Corey, it looks like they're just going to check something at the officiating table. Yeah, they're going to rearrange the shot clock. Okay, 8 seconds.
It's been an all-out offense for the Knights so far, and it's kind of overwhelming the Bruins. Probably not expecting that coming into this game.
Good news for the Bruins, despite being out-rebounded, despite being outshot in field goal percentage and just shots attempted, they still find themselves within 5. So as this Bruins team can tighten up their defense around the perimeter, they really got a shot at coming back. In fact, I'd be more worried for the Knights considering they're only up by 5, showing such a dominant performance on the offensive end.
The one thing the Bruins do need are a few other players to step up. Right now, Owusu with 10 points, and the next closest to him is 3. So he needs a few other players to step up around him. Still trying to figure out something here. The Knights wanting a little more time on the clock. They probably want the clock to be reset. There's about 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Knights up 24-19. There we see a shot of Knights head coach Keith Vassell in his second season with this young team. Morrison lays it up under the rim. He can't get it to go.
So they had 4 seconds on the shot clock there. I'm pretty sure that was what the dispute was about. But still a great attempt for Morrison.
Ariana finds a lane. Being guarded by a lot of players, and that ball is absolutely slammed out of there. I can't tell who that. I think it was Rogers with the block. But there is a foul called here.
We'll see if we can get a replay on that. But Periana driving aggressive. He draws the foul, and they really need him to step up. He showed signs of brilliance in the first, and now he's going to go to the line for 2. They've only missed 1 free throw on the night. Make that 2.
There's another one. I believe Periana missed the first one as well. Periana hailing from Brampton, just down the road from Humber College here.
And he goes 1 for 2 from the strike.
Morrison finds his way out between 3 defenders and then gets fouled hard right at half court. That's another foul for Devon Cole-Rodney, number 25 for the Bruins.
And then we got a replay on that. And yeah, Morrison taken out, trying to cut through the lane at around center court. Second year from, the second year from Scarborough, Ontario.
Morrison, one of the shorter guys out there, but he still has a lot of weight on some of the guys out there. Built like a brick house.
Absolutely. 5'9", he's the shortest person on his team.
Trying to drive down into the key. There's a foul called there, but the basket does not go. Just from the line for 2.
Aggressive move from McDonald. But it looks like it's going to be an offensive foul.
Jordan McDonald will go to the line for 2. There's an unsportsmanlike being called here as well.
So the foul is going to go against, according to the official, I believe he said white 12. Yeah, the foul is going to go against Tremaine Hibbert, but McDonald is going to get teed up for unsportsmanlike conduct. Probably something he said after drawing the foul. And he's going to...
He will get his time at the line here, however. Jordan McDonald is 6th in the league in points per game, averaging, that's rebounds per game, averaging 9.5, so kind of an all-around player for the Knights.
Missing both of his free throws.
It's unfortunate, kind of getting in his own head there. Not sure exactly what happened after that play, but we now get Brian Owusu at the line. He with 10 points already on the night. He can make it 12 here.
And some difficulty from the strike from both teams. We haven't seen too much free throw action from the Knights. They've really been making it rain from beyond the line. But both teams with opportunities to close the gap and neither capitalizing there. 4 minutes, 39 seconds to go before halftime.
Dylan Periana with the ball now, looking to pick up his team. They just with 5 points in this quarter so far. Periana.
Great pump fake.
To Owusu, not Owusu. Jamar Parkinson, rather. Periana, shot clock counting down. He'll just take the shot to reset it. And it doesn't find the rim, so it does not. There's a lot of action going down here by the rim. And traveling finally called on Sheridan, and there is a lot of protest going on from both the fans, the bench, and the players on the court.
So we got a replay coming up on this. I believe when Parkinson came down with the ball, and we'll see here, some great offensive rebounding from the Bruins, want to point that out, but then Parkinson gets called for the travel there when he just put it down on the floor once, so a very controversial call. I'm not sure about that one either, Corey.
A lot of noise being made here. Pretty good crowd for this first game of the OCAA playoffs. Morrison can't get it to drop. A lot of rebounding going on, and the ball will eventually end up in Bruins' hands behind their own rim here. Will be inbounded by Brian Owusu.
But Morrison getting a clear cut at the lane there, and if you're the Bruins, you can't let him get that, because more times than not, he will finish at the rim.
Owusu. You'll find Periana down in
Going
the
to
corner.
the post.
Taking a step towards the key. He'll take a jumper and be fouled. Parkinson will go to the line for his own 2. This is his first chance at the line so far this game.
Fouls on number 3, Akindle. And Parkinson's going to go for 2. We've seen some trouble from the strike. Let's see if they can fix that up. There we go.
Parkinson
going
mixes
1
his
for
second
2.
one. They'll come back the other way. Morrison with the ball now, carrying it just over half. Out top, McDonald across to Lundy.
Like
Lundy looking at Morrison, but it goes down low instead. Morrison with it now. He'll find his lane. Nice little pass just off to the side. McDonald lays it up. A lot of rebounding and not able to get it to fall. That's kind of a missed effort in my books. Kind of an open lane there for McDonald.
And a great post fade. Number 15, Adam Elric going to work on McDonald with a nice post fade there, and you love to see that.
Lundy being guarded by 2 players. Just under 3 minutes, there's a turnover there by the Knights. Coming back the other way, Periana lays that one up. He gets another 2. He brings it within 1 point with just under 3 minutes remaining in this second quarter.
Oh, and that's a great double team there coming up the court. Owusu draws the turnover, the fast break, and the easy bucket for Periana.
Great transition the other way for the Sheridan Bruins.
And
as timeout is called.
It's going to be a minute timeout.
So this second timeout of the game is sponsored by the Humber Hawks website. Go to them right now. You're probably watching our feed on there right now. They will update you with any Humber Hawks sports going on right now, as well as anything happening during this OCAA championship weekend at the Hawks Nest at Humber College. That's humberhawks.ca.
Tomorrow, Sunday, it's going to be a great weekend. And speaking of Humber, they're up next, baby. I believe they play St. Lawrence.
Yes, they are playing St. Lawrence. That is their first game against them this season. Should be a good game. Stick around for that.
Absolutely. So now the Bruins, I believe they are within 1. They bring it to a 1-point game. And head coach for the Bruins, Jim Flack, should touch on this, 24 years sitting in the head coaching spot. So you wonder what he's going to be telling his team. He's been here a lot of times. And so he's going to probably discuss with them.
And just another great season for him. He was named the OCAA Coach of the Year for the West Division. And just another great season. They ended off with 8 straight wins. And they're looking to carry that momentum into the playoffs.
And that's going to be a clear travel. Lundy taking 1 too many steps there on that spin move. And one thing I've noticed from this Knights team is their pick and roll game is really working right now. They are really creating separation and giving their guards a lot of space to work.
So Morocco Lundy not carrying the brunt of the weight for the Knights so far this game. He is leading points for his team, but only has 2 on the night thus far. That honor for his team goes to Laquan Hilton, who's jacked up 3 threes so far.
Got to give credit where credit is due. The Bruins have not necessarily shut Hilton down, but he hasn't hit too many more threes. Their perimeter D has really tightened up.
Owusu tries for a 3 himself. It's rebounded. Ellerich has the chance. The shot clock was reset. Was not able to set up a play there as he stepped out of bounds right in front of the Niagara bench.
Unfortunate turnover. But you gotta be conscious of where you're on the court. And you can see the double teams right at the beginning. With Hilton crossing the half-court line. Grandison, Hilton, oh boy.
Up in arms at that play was Jim Flack, the coach for the Bruins. He was not happy about what happened earlier in that play. Thought a foul should have been called, and it ended up in a Hilton 3-pointer.
Absolutely, a sloppy press from the Bruins, and it results right there with Hilton putting up another 3. He's got 12 points on 3 balls alone. And now they really got to tighten up. Oh, and he cuts the lane. That's too easy. Hilton going to work in these last 2 minutes.
Hilton being given way too much room right now. He doesn't matter if he can hurt you inside the key or beyond the 18-footer. He's been getting points from everywhere so far.
He's got 14 points. Parkinson driving inside.
Ellerich recovering from stepping out of bounds in that last play. He puts up a 2 right at the board.
Bruins staying in it. Oh, a great move from Hilton, but he turns it over.
Owusu trying to take it himself. Tries to draw the foul. That point does not fall.
And head coach for the Knights, Keith Vassell, wanting a charge on Owusu.
So that will be from the line, Adam Ellerich. It's now 29-27 for the Knights.
McDonald's going to sub back in.
Just over a minute remaining in this second quarter and the first half. Ellerich misses his shot from the line. It's actually 29-29 now. That 6-point lead from early on in the second quarter now made up by the Bruins. Lundy takes it down low. He steps out of bounds.
Pulls in Ellerich. He steps out of bounds on his side of the floor. And going to be another turnover. And about 2 possessions remaining as we got just over a minute left in this second before halftime. And I'm sure nobody saw this coming. 29-29. Both teams neck and neck.
They do have it in them as they've played 2 games against each other so far this season. There's a foul called on Delroy Grandison.
That's a sloppy foul. Owusu going to go to the line for 2 now. And Owusu has been pretty good from the line, so you can expect him to make at least one of these 2.
Going back to what I was talking about before, both these teams have played against each other twice this season. Sheridan swept, but their first game was a very exciting one. Sheridan ended up winning that 75-73 in overtime. Owusu makes his first shot, so it is in both of these teams to have a very, very competitive game, as you've seen so far this game.
See if Owusu can hit his second. Talked about him earlier in the game, 45% shooting on about 27 minutes per game, very efficient. Haryana, first team All-Stars have been doing their part, and they have the lead to show for it.
Hilton tosses that one in for Lundy. You've got to guess they're looking for Hilton again. Actually, Lundy's going to take the shot inside the paint. He'll get it to drop, and now tied again at 31. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. There's an errant pass. That's another turnover for the Bruins coming back. Fast break the other way. That is Jordan McDonald, and he puts his team up by 2. The shot clock is off now. One more chance for the Bruins to tie this up going in to the third quarter.
Press, some great defense coming in.
That was Morocco Lundy. Haryana throws it up top. Owusu, 8 seconds. He takes a look at the clock.
Here we go. Owusu on McDonald.
Fast break. He pulls up at the paint and misses very badly. His coach not liking that effort whatsoever. Jim Flack up in arms, yelling at his players, or maybe the refs right now.
Yeah, Jim Fleck not happy about that, but the ref's saying he's spinning, he's out of control. You can't give him that call. So Corey, 31-33 for the Knights. Some fantastic full court press. They make a turnover, and they get that 2-point lead right back going into the half. A big momentum booster for the Knights.
You have to say this is a surprise, as the Niagara Knights were the 5th seed in the West Division coming into this game, and the Sheridan Bruins the 1st seed. Very competitive game. Can't count the Bruins out because they are a very dynamic offensive team. However, they've got to pick up their defense. We've already seen so many turnovers so far.
Absolutely. Their offense is what's keeping them in this game. Some great play from Brian Owusu. He's leading the team in scoring, and just slowly by slowly, they eat at you, and they crawl right back in this game. Got to give them credit on the defensive end. They really worked on their perimeter defense, limiting the number of threes made as from the first quarter as compared to the second quarter. So really great job there. They limited Hilton to just 1 or 2, as opposed to however many he had in the first. I mean, the dude was on fire. He had a little bit of run at the end, there, though. So that's not quite what they wanted. But they're still in this game, and the Knights, the story of this game, offensive rebounding. Their defense has been great. You saw Lundy with a huge block there at the end. It's been spectacular.
This halftime is brought to you by Wilson Moore Win. We thank you for their sponsorship for this OCAA championship at the Hawks Nest at Humber College. And you mentioned the defense on Niagara's side. You have to give them credit as they've had very active hands in their end to force these turnovers, but just not great defensive or offensive plays so far by Sheridan. Errant passes, getting the ball taken right out of their hands. They have to have better possession of the ball if they want to win this game.
Absolutely. All righty. So I believe now we're going to throw over to Natalie. She has a player standing by with her.
Thank you, gentlemen. Adam Ellerick, fantastic second quarter. Way to bounce back from trailing in the first quarter. How are you trying to keep your squad in the game mentally?
Well, Flack got onto us when we were playing during the game. He was telling us to play better defense and just to man up. You know, it's a team effort, and we just gotta really perform. And he was telling us before the game, we gotta take it step by step, game by game, and you know, just defensively, we just gotta improve. You know, it's been a tough half for us overall, and we just gotta do better.
Well, in the last few minutes, I saw you scored 6 points. You forced a turnover, and you're really hustling on the boards and to the basket. What was the catalyst of that third minute in the last quarter for you?
Well, Coach Flack got onto me. He told me to man up and be more physical and just to, you know, be a leader. You know, that's my role on the team, just to do everything I can to help the team win.
Alrighty. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Natalie. And that was Adam Ellerick, number 15 for the Sheridan Bruins. He has 10 points so far and has been a dynamic player, hustling out for the ball every chance he possibly has. So we end the first half. Knights are up 33-31 on the first seed in the West, Sheridan Bruins, and it's been an excellent quarter so far, or half so far, and we'll see a little bit of what's gone on so far this game. Hello and welcome back to the Hawks Nest for the OCAA Championships. This is the first game between the Sheridan Bruins and the Niagara Knights. I'm Corey Graham alongside Connor Forrest. And two players we highlighted at the beginning of the game. For Sheridan was number 33, Brian Owusu, and for Niagara it was number 5, Marako Lundy. Now there has been very big differences between these two players. Owusu has 13 points, Lundy has just 4. So what's the difference between these two key players for us right now, Connor?
Well, Owusu's been getting involved on the offensive side of things more so than Lundy. I mean, he's got 13 points. He's been really active. Lundy has been more noticeable on the defensive side. He's got 4 rebounds. He's been in defender spaces, but Owusu playing a bigger role within this Bruins offense. With the Knights, obviously, you got guys like Hilton who are stealing the show. So hard to get noticed there. And there we see a little turnover from the Knights right off the rip.
So the Bruins getting very good advantage right now. Just start off this third quarter. Ellerich nails a dagger from beyond the 18-footer, and then they just get a turnover there. So now they've got another chance to bring it out on top. They've now got the score 34-33 early on in the second half.
Indeed, both teams pretty much even. And about rebounding, a noticeable difference though that we clearly saw in the first quarter is that the Bruins are shooting 13% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, the Knights are shooting about 35 to 40%, largely due to Hilton. But a big difference there. And here we see another one.
Tries for the 3, it rims out. Almost rebounded there by Lundy. And some confusion now beyond the rim. The refs are going to talk about it, but Jim Flack, the coach for the Sheridan Bruins, up in arms about what was happening there. He ended up getting his own way as the Bruins get the ball.
And Rogers just won the Athlete of the Week award last week. He's been all over the place this game. 1 assist, 4 points, a few rebounds. So he's been very active in this game. Oh, and there we see him, Owusu down low. And he's staying involved, and that's what you want if you're the Bruins.
Definitely.
And they slowly eat away at you, Corey, and now they find themselves up 3.
McDonald trying to give and go play, it does not work. Coming back the other way on a fast break, Periana. He throws it to Owusu, and he'll pull up a jumper there. That's now a 3-point lead for the Bruins, off to a hot start early on in this third quarter.
Easy 12-footer, and you start to see a little bit of frustration right out of the gate from this Niagara team. And now Keith Bissell has only been in coaching them for 2 years. Last year he had an 8-10 record, which isn't great, but this year 12-6. So he did something right between now and then. He's done some coaching professionally in Iceland from '99 to 2002 and 2006 to 2007. So he's definitely got a lot of experience internationally, and he's back here coaching the college game. So he's going to talk things over with his team. There you see a graphic of him.
We'd like to send out a huge thank you to the OCAA, of course, hosting all of these teams this year and this event. You can check out more about the OCAA, all sports, not just basketball, on the OCAA website at ocaa.ca. You'll see that on the bottom of your screen right now. We'd also like to thank the Humber Hawks. We're, of course, hosting it here at the Hawks Nest today. You can check out more on the tournament and on Humber Hawks Sports at Humber Hawks on Twitter. And the OCAA also have a Twitter account, and it's at the OCAA. Go check those out on Twitter as soon as possible.
Live feeds, stories, all the news you can get uploaded right as it happens. Gotta love it. Alrighty, so let's see what we got here.
Now 38-33 for the Bruins.
Jenkins with the inbound. Full court press. They're really taking it to him now, Corey. This is going to be a big moment for both teams.
It looks like the Bruins, all they needed was a little bit of confidence to get their game going, as
Jenkins.
They're on fire to start this third quarter. That ball rebounds off a Bruins player, ends up going out of bounds off the Knights, and the Bruins now coming back the other way.
Rogers had a case of the Butterfingers, and now both teams seem to be pressing at the three-quarter line. And actually now the Knights are going to back off.
Ariana to Ellerich. He tries to drill the 3. It will not go. Morrison slowing it down for the Knights. Play going a little hot here. Looks to be an injury on the floor for the Bruins, but play cannot stop. Lundy tries to drain the three, and it'll go. The whistle finally blown down. The Bruins have an injury out on the floor. Their coach is not happy about this right now. It's Devon Cole Rodney who's limping off the floor. It looks to be something with his right knee, right ankle possibly. Hopefully he is okay. There was a replay of that.
We're going to get a substitution in here. It's going to be Hibbert. He's going to be coming back in for Cole Rodney, but coaching staff, you can't be happy about that. A player goes down, and that's an easy three for Lundy, bringing this game back within a bucket after such a great run from the Bruins to get their biggest lead of the game, 5 points.
Cole Rodney definitely in a lot of pain there on the sidelines.
Elreich, 5 for 7 from the field. He's been great in this first half with 10 points. But not so great there, turning that ball over. Hibbert unable to get a hand on it, forcing another turnover.
Elreich not happy that his intended target couldn't get the ball there. Jordan McDonald looking to inbound it for the Knights. So after a hot start, it looks like the Knights are fighting back. They're now within 2. Lundy tossed it across to Rogers. He'll try to go down low, and he'll get called for traveling.
And that's just he's a little antsy there, trying to get something going for himself. Obviously, we saw Rogers frustrated last play, unable to hold on to the ball, so he's looking to just get back on the board and get back in his groove. And Owusu is going to inbound the ball. Can't say enough about him.
We talked about Owusu to start this quarter. He's now put up 16 points, 3 at the beginning of the third. Elreich with the ball now for the Bruins. He finds a way to get it out to one of his players. Owusu out top, there's a jumper just inside the 3, it won't go. Rebounded by Elreich. Looks like there's a turnover there. Falling down hard and getting the ball is Morocco Lundy. That's not a player you want to see injured for the Niagara Knights.
Not at all. And Lundy, who hasn't been too noticeable in the stat line, but you can definitely notice his hustle. He's been in players' faces. He's been active on the defensive end, and he's got a lot of heart. Hasn't been putting up a whole bunch of points, but that's what takes teams to championships right there.
Gotta like to see hustle for the ball from any player on the court, especially Morocco Lundy, a great offensive player. You see him there trying to guard the inbound. Now with the ball is Periana.
Now they have Rogers on him.
Periana goes for the layup. Nice little floater, can't find its target, and that'll be a foul there from Lundy, and he'll accept that. He knew he came in a little too hard.
Elreich is going to go to the line. He's been solid. Good foul from Lundy. That probably could have been an easy bucket either way, but at least make him work. We've seen this Bruins team struggle from the strike, and so he can possibly save his team a point. And now Cole Rodney, still limping. Don't know if he's going to make a return.
He is at least up and sitting on the bench, so that is a good sign. Probably looking to come back in the game. Still getting some work done on the bench. Elreich drills his first, and you can see Cole Rodney getting, it looks like his left ankle, or maybe both ankles, worked on the bench.
Hopefully they can tape that up, and because you definitely know he wants to get back out there.
And Elreich
2 for 2.
Scoffing at the foul. He puts up 2 and gives them a 4-point lead. Rogers being guarded double right now. Throws it across. There's an open Lundy. Now up top for Morrison. He'll take the dagger. It rolls around and falls out. That's a tough one to watch.
But a great offensive rebound from Grandison. Oh, second time? Oh, right idea from Morrison, but great defense.
Fast break from Periana. He gets that one to go. It's now a 6-point lead for the Bruins.
And that's a great play from Periana. Morrison had everything done. He broke the defense. And a huge swat coming in from Hibbert.
Periana looking to capitalize on the good defense from the Bruins. He doesn't get his fast break. He doesn't find the lane, but he does get the foul, and he now goes to the line for 2.
Tremaine Hibbert. Get that weak stuff out of here.
And this has got to look bad for the Niagara Knights. That could electrify the Bruins here early on in the second half, and that's not something you want to see from a great offensive team if you're the Knights.
Here we got oh, look at that.
And he's pumped up, his team's pumped up, and they're raring to go in this third quarter.
Biggest lead, 6 points, and they got possession. Let's see what they can do.
So that was just 2 fouls so far for the Knights in the third. They'll pick up another one right away off the inbound.
Now you got to notice this. I believe that's 3 team fouls for the Knights. None on the Bruins right now, so these Knights got to watch it, or they could find themselves in foul trouble with a relatively large amount of time left in this third.
6:30 on the board.
Oh, and that's too easy. Oh, but you got to make that.
He rebounds his own ball, and it goes off a leg and out of bounds.
If you're Bennett, you got to make that. That's an easy 6-footer.
Bennett's able to get that off Morocco Lundy's knee and out, so it'll be Elreich to inbound it again for the Bruins. Looking for an open man. He finds one way out top. That's Bennett.
They're going to go
now down in the post.
Ooh, Hibbert. And that's the right idea. Hibbert, you can see he's fired up after that huge block. He wants to get involved on both ends. Right choice. The young man can't quite get the hooker to go. But you got to love the momentum he just gave his team.
And now we see the first team foul for the Bruins drawn. I think the Knights catching a break there as they were having trouble getting the ball in their defensive end. And there's another dynamic play from the Quan Hilton. He's been absolute fire from outside the 18-footer, and now he's put up his second layup of the night.
And this is a relatively young Knights team, but getting full court press in the third, it speaks to their poise and how well they're containing themselves, and they are really working it. They're getting pressure, but they're working it.
And Connor was referring to the couple of first and second year players there, and even their coaching staff in their second year on the team.
Rogers just a little too fired up. Forgets to dribble first. He gets called for the travel. Still 6-point lead for the Bruins.
Jamar Parkinson looking to inbound it for the Bruins. Here we see a replay of that last play there. A nice fast break by Laquan Hilton. It's now 16 points for him on the night. Bruins with the chance here. Periana to Elreich. Tries to drill the 3 and he misses.
Oh, but Hibbert, and he's fired up on the air ball. He gets that and puts it in with a tough shot.
Right under the rim, and that block in the other end seemed to have energized him in this game. He's on fire on both ends of the court.
Oh, Hibbert taking a...
Hibbert is absolutely fired up here as we take a replay of his rebound and layup right under the rim.
And that's a huge momentum game for this team. Not to mention, he's taking it to James McDonald, excuse me. Yes, I believe that is Jordan McDonald, who has been fantastic this game, really taking him down a notch, and Hibbert's really stepped up in place for Cole Rodney.
There's 4 team fouls now for the Knights with just over 5 minutes remaining in the third, so they have to be careful.
And now the Bruins slowing it down. They got themselves a 6-point lead. Oh, a sloppy play there. Driving dish, no good.
Grandison throws it down low. He'll get it back right under the rim, and he'll get that stripped off him. Picked up by Morocco Lundy. He gets fouled, and he gets that 2 to count as well. He'll go to the line for 1.
Great play from Lundy. Great recovery from Grandison. That lead pass is a bit too strong for Ferguson to handle. And they make a sloppy play something good. Possible 3-point play, bring this game back within 5.
Lundy, who I wouldn't say struggled in the first half, has shown a little bit better offensive play as he misses his 1 from the line in the second half. Parkinson being guarded by 2 players. Elreich looking to slow it down. Brings it back right at half. Periana looking to get around Hilton. He's been guarded heavily. Periana for Elreich. He tries to drill the 3 from the post. Can't get it to go.
Elreich not feeling it from downtown.
Lundy coming back the other way.
Oh, tough shot from Lundy. He was looking for the foul, and back-to-back buckets for Lundy. And to me, he was what Hibbert is now in the first half, bringing the energy, bringing the momentum. Oh, no.
Here's a chance now for Elreich. Right at the paint, he'll lay that one up. That one just rolls off the fingers. A 6-point lead for the Bruins. Fast now the other way. Lundy with a layup of his own in the other end. That brings down the lead back down to 4. Periana trying to dribble around his defender, Hilton, and he'll drop that one out of bounds. A bad turnover there as the Knights now have the ball.
I don't even know what just happened. First the Bruins had it, but then a mental lapse, and then they go back the other way, and then Lundy's there. at the other end, and nobody's got him. And Hilton with a great defensive play. It's back and forth right now, and it's a 4-point game, and we are approaching the fourth. I'm sure nobody anticipated that the #1 seed in the tournament would be given this much of a run for their money in the first game. It's Friday, Corey.
Yeah, I want you to remember, people, this is the very first game of the tournament. We've just gotten things started. The players are barely even warmed up now, and we've already had a really good first game in the OCAA championship.
Oh, look at that hustle
Hilton
from Lundy.
going for
Hilton!
the three. And it rims out. You got to expect him to make that every time he goes to the line now. He's been on fire.
And look at Lundy getting the hustle. This Knights team is relentless. Inside to Hilton, easy bucket. The lead is to 2.
This gym is on fire right now. The entire Knights bench is up. The entire stands are up right now as play is going back and forth for either team.
And Osuwu is called for the charge. Lundy drawing the foul. That's what I'm talking about. Lundy, the energizer for this team.
Well, I think this game has set the pace for the tournament this weekend. The very first game on Friday at 1 o'clock. We have so much basketball left in this weekend, and the gym is already electric here at Humber College. I can't wait to see the rest of this tournament.
In the last minute and a half, the entire mood of this gym just shifted with the Bruins up 6, and now they find themselves only up 2. Fantastic hustle from Lundy. He's not on the stat board, but if there was a stat for heart, this dude is winning it.
Another guy with heart out there, Laquan Hilton. Big part of those last few plays for the Knights. Trying to find his lane. He does, he'll throw it to the post. Lundy has a chance. He'll bring it into the paint, down low. Ball being dribbled around right now. The shot clock will go off. And Jim Flack is not happy at all with his team right now. Getting out there, getting in his players' faces. And you know what, he still has the 2-point lead, but the Knights have all the momentum in their hands.
Now Cole Rodney came back. You can see him clearly in some sort of pain, but he is back in the game now.
Bennett with the ball for the Bruins. He'll find a lane. He'll bring that into the paint and make the
drive
easy 2.
Bennett.
That'll be his first 2 points of the game right there, Connor.
That's what you like to see, a team effort from this Bruins. Everybody's getting involved. Lundy.
Rocco Lundy from the top defend. Can't get it to go. He'll knock the ball loose. Still in Bruins' hands.
Bennett.
Oh, and what a great defensive play to keep that in. It doesn't end up in their hands. Hariana from the post. Can't get the 3 to go. This back and forth play is unbelievable right now. The Bruins still holding the 4-point lead. You can't guess where the ball is going right now. Both teams having turnovers forced, fast breaks. And we'll see a replay of this last play here. Owusu getting called on the charge. And Lundy getting hit with the ball in the head on the way down. He's taking a beating right now, but he's hustling out for that ball, and he's really having some great play for his team.
He is putting his body on the line. He is doing everything he can for his team. Osuwu's going to go to the line, but that's his heart right there. And Osuwu, one second it's Osuwu, then it's Bennett. Then it's Lundy for the Knights, then it's Hilton. I mean, so many different players getting involved and having their moment to shine. But Osuwu throughout the game has been so great, and I believe he's knocking on the 20-point door now. Give a little shimmy shoulder shake. Oh, not quite the free throw ritual there.
Ryan Owusu now reached 30 points despite missing that last shot from the line. Lundy with the one-hander over top of his defender. There's a 3-point lead for the Bruins, 51-48, with 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Hariana out to what looks like Bennett. He'll nail that one from 3 off the board. He'll get a little help from his friend.
Did he call bank, Corey?
I don't know if he did, but it's still drained. Go back the other way. The Niagara Knights get 2 right at the paint. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third.
I think that was Grandison. This is back and forth. And now they're going to slow it down. Owusu to Bennett. There we go. Drive and dish to Dole.
And there's a push from Owusu. He doesn't like that call. 1:30 now in the third. 54-50 for the Sheridan Bruins.
Now I think that's the 14th foul for the Bruins, so I don't know if they're quite in the bonus yet. No, they're not. So, not quite what you want to do, but no harm done. 1:30 left in this quarter. 54-50. My goodness, it's been back and forth. All right, here we go. I think we got a replay coming up from a few plays ago. There we go, Bennett. And he gets it to go one way or another, baby. Give and go.
Here play picking up right again where it left off. Hilton from the 18-footer. This is where he's most dangerous. That's down to Rogers. He'll take a three of his own. That rims out. Defensive rebound picked up by Ellerich. Periana slowing things down with Owusu. Owusu actually with 19 points. I said he had 20. He is one off from that 20-point marker right now.
That's what I'm
Trying to go for
talking
his
about.
fast break. Periana with a three from way downtown. It rims out. Rebound picked up by Bennett. Ellerich with a chance right at the paint. That'll rim out as well. Ellerich with another rebound, picking up rebounds on both sides.
And Lundy with a huge block. You can see him getting hyped there. Lundy with a spin. He's out of control. Looking for a call. But no, it's going to be called out of bounds on that shot. Lundy all over the place right now. And one thing I just wanted to highlight, earlier we were talking about how these Knights were just so dominant on the offensive glass. We're starting to see that now from the Bruins. They had maybe three consecutive rebounds on that offensive board there. And here's Lundy. Ooh,
That spin.
how much energy does he have?
When you're able to make plays like that with the speed that you're coming into the basket, that's unbelievable, and that's a sign of a great offensive player. Morocco Lundy now with 15 points on the night.
Oh, he's not just active on the floor. He's been getting points up on the board too. This has been his quarter by far.
Bennett driving the lane. Out to Periana. He takes a three.
Ooh.
It rattles around.
Periana hasn't had too much luck recently from beyond the arc, but they are getting closer.
A tough play there by Jordan McDonald. He does find a way out of it, however. Lundy with another chance. He goes to the basket. Basket does not count.
Travel.
He's called for traveling.
Now we've seen that a few times, a lot with Rogers and now with Lundy. So these refs very focused on, how many steps these guys take before they do put it on the floor.
Good call by the referees. They have a long weekend ahead of them here at the OCAA Championships, and starting off well so far in this game between the Bruins and Knights. Periana being guarded heavily by Hilton.
Got about 12 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, sloppy foul from Hilton. He's going to go to the line for two.
And there was a 1 second difference there between the shot clock and the time on the clock, just under 12 seconds remaining in the third.
Now, even though the Bruins have a 4-point lead, this game has been so wild. That lead can go in a second.
The Bruins fought very hard to get this lead again. They were down when we came into the second half. Periana made his first from the line. They'll have another chance here. Bruins looking to carry over momentum into the fourth quarter. And he drains his second. That's now a 6-point lead. Shot clock is off. Hilton with it now. 10 seconds remaining. Hilton across to Rogers. Rogers quickly into the key.
Turnover.
Now the Bruins have a chance. 4 seconds. Quickly, Bennett right at the paint. He can't get it to drop. They'll still have momentum going into the fourth quarter with a 6-point lead, 56-50 for the Sheridan Bruins.
If the fourth quarter is anything like that, we are in for a long game.
Be sure to stick around here on the Humber Hawks YouTube feed for this game between the Bruins and the Knights. We'll be back right after this.
You've got your degree. Now take your education to the next level. At Humber College, our career-focused programs incorporate hands-on practical experience both in and out of the classroom, allowing you to get the experience employers are looking for.
And we're back here at the Hawks Nest for the very first game of the OCAA Championships, and what a game it was. That third quarter was absolutely electric. We'd like to thank Humber College for hosting this tournament here this weekend. It's 56-50 for the Sheridan Bruins over the Niagara Knights. And if this is the way the tournament's starting, I can't wait to see the rest of the tournament. How about you, Connor?
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is the first seed going up against the fourth seed. This game has been absolutely unbelievable. If you're just tuning in now, 56-50 for the Bruins. It has been amazing. There really is no story. Every player has shined at his or his moment. And I mean, it's been fantastic. Head coach of the Bruins, Jim, just talking it over. They got the lead right now. I have no words for this game right now. Owusu has been fantastic. He's got 19 points on the night. Ulrich, he's got 15. And looking over at the side of the Knights, of course, we got Grandison. He's on the board with 4, but the big two are Lundy and Hilton with 15 and 18 points.
Morocco Lundy got 11 points in that quarter alone. Coming into the second half, he only had 4. What a dynamic player for them. That was one of the main reasons they were able to make this game very competitive.
Absolutely, and he's going to have a little breather right now. He's been all over the floor, just putting his body on the line. So they're going to give Lundy a break, but Hilton's still out there. Oh.
And we got momentum picking up here. We're just getting started here in the 4th and final quarter.
Great defense from Periani.
Periana out to Owusu. He'll take one from way out. He can't get that one to go. Periana back with it again. Good rebound right at the board. Periana has Owusu on the far side. He'll look for the pick and drive the lane. Can't find room. And there's one taken from just outside of the paint. Can't get that one to go. Really tough try there from the Bruins.
These Bruins haven't been shooting well from beyond the arc. They're shooting 17% as opposed to the 28% of the Knights. So definitely they want to keep attacking the paint, and that's what they've been doing this game.
Rogers with all the time in the world. He takes that shot, and it won't fall either. Hilton with it again just outside the paint. Rebounded again by the Knights.
McDonald getting hyped. We saw McDonald have a little trouble with Hibbert in that third, but coming out of the gate and one, bringing it within 4. Oh, look at this hustle.
And there was 3 great rebounds there by the Knights, able to keep the play alive. A few shots there, one by Hilton, one by McDonald, the one that drained.
And there you go. Both teams not having the best nights from the free throw line. The Knights shooting 40% from the free throw line, and the Bruins shooting 68% from the free throw line. So definitely the weakest point of each team's game. They got to go in to win.
Bennett finds a lane.
Great drive, just unable to finish.
Periana throws it out to Owusu, who has lots of time on his hands. He gets a 3 to go.
Back to a 6-point lead. Owusu has made a few threes tonight.
Alex Elliott, who started the 4th quarter here for Niagara Knights. That's down low. Elliott on the far side. Rogers, he takes a 3. That goes a little too long. Periana hits our cameraman behind the basket there. It looks like there was a foul called, and Flack, the head coach of the Bruins, does not like that.
Somebody's got to hold him back. I think. Okay, and the call's going to be reversed. The ball was originally given to, I believe it was the Bruins. The ball was knocked out of Periana's hands, but now it is going to be given back to the Bruins, and Bennett will inbound. Very controversial call. You saw the coaching staff up in arms there.
Yeah, definitely. Flack has been up in arms a few times, and I think he's just more frustrated that this game is so close. He probably didn't expect that, as their last meeting, the Bruins took by about 20 points. Bennett drives the lane. He'll roll that one right off his fingertips. That'll bring the lead to 8, 61-53 for the Bruins.
And Bennett, I mean, he doesn't have too many points, but he has been great at getting in the lane.
There's a shot from Hilton. He'll get that one to go.
And Hilton with 21 points on the night. He is 5 for 8 from downtown.
And this guy has been absolutely dangerous. If I'm the Bruins, I'm looking to put every bit of defense I have on him. He's been draining those threes all day. Owusu driving the lane. He'll draw the foul as well. And the basket will go. You'll go to the line for 1.
And they're not happy with that call. So Owusu. So let's see that last play, because there seems to be a technical. Oh, is that a timeout or a technical foul? Timeout. It's going to be a timeout called by Coach Keith Vassell.
So this timeout being called by the Knights as they look to rebound a little bit. The Bruins lead has grown early on in this 4th quarter. It's now 63-55. And I actually noticed that Laquan Hilton's last jumper it was actually a 2. They took another point off that, so it was a 2 rather than 3. But he's still been electric on the court. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. He spreads the floor. You got to stay up on him because he has been making it rain from beyond the arc and deep shots around the court. So he spreads the floor. He forces the defense to play tight. You know, he's done a great job. And Keith Vassell, second-year coach.
We're going to take a listen in on his huddle with his team as he called this timeout.
Slash is going to be there. A guy may be sitting here waiting for you, but you're slashing down to seal on top of him. All right? The guy is cutting through, and then now once the ball is passed back up to this guy guard to guard, and you come up to set the screen, the top guy at the screen has to come on the other side. All right? So we're looking to penetrate. Make sure that we stay south. Right on. 1, 2, 3, nice. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Get back in it.
We're about to get back here in the fourth quarter. And you can see Keith Vassell only in his second year in the college program, but his experience shows he's very calm in this situation. That's essential for a coach to be in a situation like this where he's down in this game, actually. And he's still very calm, able to get his players into this game.
Absolutely. I believe this will be a 3-point play for Owusu. Yeah.
It will be, yeah.
It will be getting the easy bucket. So they find themselves down, according to the scoreboard, they're down by 7, possibly 8 now, and there you go, down by 8. And now if you're the Knights, you got to get stopped. You got lots of time. If it was going to happen in the fourth quarter, this is one of the better times to have it happen.
Rogers all the way across to Lundy, who's back out on the floor. Hilton loses the ball. It's picked up by a teammate. Rogers steps down into the post, lays that one up. It can't go.
Bennett, he's been really good recently. Really attacking the rim. Oh, and Bennett just forcing his way inside. The first double-digit lead of the game.
Bennett's got some explosive speed. He's one to look out for, and explosive speed of his own. Lundy tries to get it in. He gets that one blocked. Back the other way, Owusu. He'll jump up with the fadeaway. That's back the other way. Hilton.
3-on-3.
Looking for someone to pass to. Gilbert fouled hard. And that one looks to be on, I think, Ellerich. Pardon me.
Now we talked about it. These Bruins, they just slowly, they beat you by 2 points the first quarter. They beat you by 3 points the second, and slowly they build that lead. But they have really, in these last few minutes, taken it up a notch, just attacking and pressing this Knights team, and have made it a 10-point lead. So if you're the Knights, you really got to just dig whatever's left and really go for it. This is it. This is crunch time.
Granson with that 3 there.
And this is the man you got to stop right here. Owusu, do not let him in the lane. Keep him outside.
Owusu over to Bennett. Bennett uses his explosive speed.
Oh, miscommunication.
Not able to get it going there. You'll get that one punching the pads at the end of the quarter there.
It looks like he thought Elric was going to stay on the corner, but he went in for the rebound.
Hilton down court to Lundy. McDonald back to Lundy, trying to set up a passing play here. Hilton to Lundy. Lundy jacks that one up from downtown, and he'll get the 3 to go.
Lundy.
Now within 5.
And that is, okay, so Bennett rolled his ankle. We've seen that happen to Cole Rodney. He's able to walk, so that's good. Bennett has had a really good last few minutes in the third and the first few in this fourth, really taking it to the lane. And then Lundy, how about him? He was energetic this whole game, but in the third and fourth, my goodness, he just came out of nowhere and dropped 11 in the third quarter, and now a 3 just now. And just like that, Corey, 5 points. It was once 10. Now we're back to what we've usually seen throughout this game.
This game's in back and forth. You can't count either team out here. Lundy now has 18 points, as Connor was mentioning. Periana trying to find a lane. He can't. 6 left on the clock. You hear them counting down. 3, 2, 1, but it gets blocked instead.
Big block. That was either from Grandison or McDonald. I'm not quite sure. It's gonna be a catch and shoot. They got about 2 seconds on the clock.
They do. It goes off the rim. It'll stay alive. Doesn't matter anyways. The Knights will pick it up.
They got a few man advantage over here.
Hilton out. Rogers has lots of time from the post. He'll rim it out. Rebound picked up by the Bruins. And a hold is called
No team near the bonus yet, so no worries. Going to be an inbound on the sidelines. Blue 35. That was
Jamar Parkinson with that. Oh, you're right, Connor. Yes, it was blue. It was Niagara with that.
Yeah, I think it was Granison.
Yep.
The official said blue 35. Oh, so miscommunication there. A substitution was coming in, but they resumed play. Almost at that 5-minute mark, Corey.
Periana trying to find a lane. He'll stop up for the jumper off the rim. Rogers with a chance. Down low, he looks like he tripped over something, either the other player or his own foot. I don't know.
The call's going to be a charge against him. Owusu drawing the foul.
Some hard play being shown here by the Bruins and the Knights in the OCAA first game of the championships. This is the first seed Bruins in the West Division versus the 5th seed Knights. And what a game it has been.
Absolutely. These Knights came out hot, proving, showing to prove everybody that they're not just here to lose in this first game to the #1 team. They are here to stay around till Sunday. And they've shown that throughout this entire game. But right now they find themselves down 5, and they got to get a stop right here.
They're down 5, and there's 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Periana finds a lane on the far side. He'll lay that one up, and it doesn't fall.
They got lucky. That's too easy. Oh, great defense.
He was down and out. He's lucky they got the ball back. He has some time. They'll fake out to the top.
Doel.
That rims out. A lot of chances here for the Bruins. Jamar Parkinson over to Periana. Periana has not had much time off in this game, always out on the court. Time running down on the shot clock. They have to take it.
Cole Rodney unable to get that one to go.
And Cole Rodney now back out on the floor after being injured early on this game. Good to see he is okay. Rogers with the ball to Laquan Hilton.
Hilton, that pick and roll. Their pick and roll game has been great.
Lundy had an excellent third quarter. Rogers. He'll hook that one up from downtown. An 18-footer, the three-pointer falls, and they're now within 2 points, 66-64 for the Bruins.
Rogers pulling up from 30 with that one. My goodness, the go-ahead shot. 2-point game. Great defense.
Cole Rodney to Ellerike. Ellerike looking for a pass. He can't find anyone. He's stuck in the post right now. He'll take the shot himself. It'll rim out. That resets the clock. Gives a chance for the Bruins again. Lots of rebounds happening for them. And the ball is being fought for under the rim. Let's see who it goes to.
Jump ball. I don't know who quite has possession right now. No, but a lot of aggressive rebounding on the boards.
One ref is calling that it goes in the Bruins' favor.
It will, I believe it will go in Niagara's favor. So let's see, we got a replay coming up. Oh, and that shot from Rogers, I mean, bang.
At least a step outside the 18-footer. Make it a 19-footer. Ellerike to inbound it. 3:30 left in the fourth quarter. Quick shot there from the post. Owusu can't get that one to go.
This is what the Knights needed. They needed a few stops and a few makes, and they've done that. Now let's see who wants it more.
Also definitely an improved defense here from the Bruins. A lot of active hands in their zone.
Absolutely, stay on the perimeter. Do not let this man right here get an open look.
He hasn't. Oh, there's a chance down at the rim. That one can't get the go. Grandison upset at that one.
Looking for the call, but you got to finish that if you're that close. Parkinson, oh no.
Periana from 3, he gets it to go. That's 69-64, the lead back up to 5.
That's what you didn't want. You didn't want that man open. Still time, 3 minutes to go, and you see Hilton there. Calm down, it's all good.
Hilton hasn't had much chance to take a 3. The defense picked up on the Bruins side. He'll be making plays. Instead, he'll throw that one into the paint for Grandison. He puts 2 up on the board.
Grandison has been big in those moments. 3-point lead. They need to stop right here. They still have a few more possessions, and these Bruins, they make a lot of turnovers, Corey. We know that. Let's see how well they can take care of the rock.
They haven't had many in the second half. They tighten up their entire game here as Periana has the ball. This gym is electric. So much noise coming from the crowd, from the benches, from the players on the court. Periana on the run. He'll hit that one off the rim, rebounded by Ellerike. He can't keep a hold of it. It'll be picked up instead.
Cole Rodney with the offensive rebound. And a lapse there in the Knights. Oh, you hate to see that. They're hyped. Oh, and Parkinson is right up on Hilton. I don't think he's going to be having any chance to take a 3. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's her.
That's a three from long. It's picked up right at the rim by Grandison. He'll get the rebound and the bucket.
You see Flack looking for a push. You saw the defender in front of Grandison sort of take a stumble forward. Oh, and a great feed. Blocked by
and
Grandison.
what a block. Grandison is fired up. He'll get his team fired up right in front of our cameraman down in the corner there. There's a timeout called by the Niagara Knights, and what an outstanding play by Delroy Grandison, blocking it right on the glass.
I don't think that's a timeout, Corey. I think Cole Rodney just got teed up for talking to the ref after that block. He did. After that block, if we can get a replay on that, Rodney was talking to the official, and he's gotten teed up. Oh, you can't do that.
And this is such a close game. Any mistake being made is magnified by 1,000. There's a 3-point lead right now, and this gives them a chance to bring it even closer.
Now they have, so technical foul on Rodney after that block, so the Bruins have possession regardless. Excuse me, no, the Knights were gonna have possession regardless, but now they get the bucket from Hilton. It's a 2-point game, and they actually have a chance to take the lead. One open three, and the Bruins, the #1 seed, could be heading home in the first game.
I don't know about you guys, but I have goosebumps all over my arms. This game has been such an electric game. The crowd is fired up, and I bet you are at home as well. Rogers, down low, that's turned over.
Great defense from Parkinson.
Has a chance here. He's looking for his team to catch up with them.
They're going to slow it down. They're going to slow it down. They're going to run their offense.
Just under a minute 30 remaining. Owusu, he gets fouled. And that'll be the 4th team foul there.
Not the bonus yet.
That's Morocco Lundy.
But now this Knights team, you got to be careful. They're one away from the bonus.
Owusu inbounds out to Periana. He takes the quick shot from 3, and he gets that one to go. That was one they definitely needed to get the lead to 5 here. That gives them a little bit of a cushion coming down to the wire in this game.
A minute left. The Bruins have got to make this count. They're down by, excuse me, the Knights got to make this count. Down by 5. Rogers is blocked.
It's blocked. Grandison gets it. It's out of bounds. And that one should go the Bruins' way. They are absolutely fired up. There's just over a minute remaining in this 4th quarter, and this game could go either way.
Quick little, is that a minute timeout? Yeah, so this head coach of the Knights, Keith Vassell, going to call a minute timeout. Just like that, Rogers hits a 3. They're in the technical, they're up by 2, and then back-to-back threes from Periana, right?
Yeah, and right away off the inbound, that's one they definitely needed. It got his team electrified, and then they forced a turnover down there, and they're going to have the ball when this timeout's over. That was the last one for Niagara, so their coach, Keith Vassell, definitely expecting something to come out of here. He wants to use that last timeout right now because he feels that momentum is shifting the other way.
Now Periana, in the first few quarters, was struggling from the field. He was 3 for 14 and hadn't made a 3-ball yet, but in this 4th quarter, hitting back-to-back 3-balls to give his team the lead in the final minute. That is as much as you get coming up when the time is important.
And Periana's been out on the floor this entire game.
Absolutely.
Has not had a break whatsoever, and he is still firing on all cylinders. That is great to see from this team. I want to take a minute while we have the timeout to thank our BRTV crew. Their cameramen have been doing excellent. In a game like this, it's really hard to follow the play, and they've been getting, our cameramen under the net have been getting hit by bodies, by balls, and they've still been getting into play, getting you into action. So some great play, great showing here by the BRTV crew and our cameramen on set.
Now the Knights in a tricky situation. They need 2 possessions at least to get in there.
Owusu in the paint, he throws it down to Ellerike. He can't get the ball. Morocco Lundy gets the ball there, and there's representatives up from both bench. Keith Vassell from Niagara and head coach Jim Flack from Sheridan up in arms about that play there.
McDonald and Lundy both thought there was a trip, and if you're Vassell, you can't be happy about that. That could be 2 free throws for your team.
And one of his key players, Morocco Lundy, going down too.
Who has been fantastic. He's put it all out there. He's left it all on the floor.
He now has 18 points on the night. Had an excellent 3rd quarter. Owusu pulls up the jumper. He'll get that one to go. It brings the lead even more. 7 points now with 40 seconds remaining. The Bruins trying to pull their lead ahead.
The Knights, they got to make something happen now. They only have 35 seconds.
Grandison inside to Hilton. He's been on all night on the three. He can't get that one to go, though. Parkinson coming down the other way on the fast break. Fouled hard by Lundy, right around the neck. And it looks like there might be a fight breaking out on the floor. People are running in from either side. Coaches are running onto the floor right now. Coaches are on the court. You cannot do that in OCAA play. They're running out on the floor, getting their players out of that pile up.
So if we can get a replay on that, Lundy was going for just the intentional foul on Parkinson. We'll see that right now. We'll have that.
Things are getting heated. Coaches are out on the floor. Periana, a leader on his team, trying to get his players out of there so they don't get anything coming to them. We've got a long weekend ahead. If they move on, they don't want any players getting suspensions.
Parkinson, and that a bit of an aggressive foul there from Lundy. And Lundy's sorry about it. And then I think Cole Rodney gets involved here. And there you see Cole Rodney getting up in the face of McDonald. Cole
Rodney already with, I believe, 4 fouls on the night.
Now
4 personals.
This is tricky because we definitely have a few technicals coming. I'm pretty sure Lundy is going to get written up with something just because that was a little bit too of an aggressive foul there on Parkinson. But with Cole Rodney coming in, we could have a few technicals here and there with 28 seconds to go. So we'll see how the refs play this one out. They've done a great job officiating this game so far.
And I saw both coaches run out there while the play had been blown down. But Keith Vassell of the Niagara Knights running out onto the floor to get his players out of there. The refs still trying to figure out how they're going to call this.
Absolutely. If you're Vassell and your team is down 7 with 30 seconds to go, you don't need anything going against you guys, especially since your player, Lundy, albeit not intentionally, committed a rather aggressive foul there. A little bit too hard there on Parkinson.
Also Keith Vassell thinking if his team's going to move on in this tournament, he doesn't need any of his players out, especially Morocco Lundy. It's 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and tensions are rising. We've got a different angle of that there. We see all the players running into, and you can see the coaches in the background. That's Keith Vassell and assistant coach Elliot Etherington running in to get their players out of the situation.
And Rodney right up in the face of McDonald. So, you know, and definitely not what you want. Cole Rodney standing at 6'5". He's a big dude. You don't want anything happening, especially not in the first game here at the men's OCAA championships.
So definitely not a situation you want happening, but both teams getting a rest from this. These players got to be tired. Now 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Keith Vassell probably happy his players are able to get a little bit of a rest. Now everybody up on the floor, people up on their feet in the crowd. This game has been absolutely electric, and with tensions rising as this game is about to end, you gotta wonder what's gonna happen here.
Well, if you're the Bruins, you're pretty happy right now. You can see smiles on the coaching staff. Head coach of the Bruins, Jim Flack, who has been rather up in arms the entire game. He's got a smile on his face now. These Bruins know they're sitting in a great spot. 7-point lead, 28 seconds left, just kicking it up a gear. And got to give it up to what these guys have accomplished. I mean, in the third quarter, they were full court pressing. They must be exhausted, but they've earned it. And it looks like they'll come away with this W, but don't want to count these nights out just yet. So both coaches getting talked to.
Now we see the referees talking to both coaches here, trying to figure out what's happening. I don't believe any players are being left off the court right now. We actually still see Cole Rodney for Sheridan out there. He's close to fouling out. Here's another replay of that foul. Up high, Lundy, I don't believe Lundy actually meant to foul him that hard. I really don't think he did.
No, that's just an intentional foul. Get him to the line, have him take his free throws, and from there, usually the game plays its course. If the Bruins make their free throws, you know, they'd be up by 9, and from there, it's just, you know, a desperate attempt at that point for the Bruins, for the Knights to bring it back home. But, you know, a little aggressive, and from there.
Lundy also isn't a player known for aggressive play like that.
No, and he's been great. He's shown such heart. If you've been watching, you've seen this guy all over the place, diving for balls, having to run up in the stands, and then right back into play. There's never a dull moment with this guy.
Yeah, definitely not. And you love to have those guys on your team. If you're any team, you want a guy who hustles for the ball like that. It looks like he's going to be taken off the floor right now. He is being thrown out of the game.
All right, so let's see what we got here, Corey. I don't know how many technicals being
We have lots being called. The only player I've seen taken off the floor, actually we've seen a player on both sides being taken off. That's Morocco Lundy. He's going back to the dressing room. And then on Sheridan's side, we've got Devon Cole Rodney, but I think that's by his own team to make sure he doesn't foul out.
Not just looking here for a second, Corey. We got 1 fourth year, 2 fourth years, and 1 third year on this Niagara Knights team. And still talking about this, but literally all second and first years, and they are partying with the #1 team in the OCAA. I mean, that's you got to give it up to them. They've really turned things around from their 8-10 season last year. It's impressive.
And you have to attribute that to head coach Keith Vassell. Has a lot of experience playing in several different countries. He also coached professional basketball in Iceland before coming here.
Spain, Portugal, Sweden. I want to go to those places. That's really cool.
It's really cool to get to play in exotic places. Aside from pro basketball leagues here in North America, we have a lot of players, and even some players who have played in OCAA play in professional leagues in other countries.
So Rodney, off of the clear intentional foul from Lundy, is going to hit those 2, and he's going to come off. And now with a 9-point lead, 30 seconds, they will get the ball. You never want to count this Knights team out, but I don't know if they can come back from this, Corey. 30 seconds, they need at least 3 possessions.
Let's just hope tensions don't flare again. That's inbounded. Periana goes for the layup. He'll get fouled anyways. He'll go to the line for 2, as the Knights already have 5 team fouls. Periana now at the line.
And he's the man who did it in for these Knights in the closing minutes. He hit those, I believe, I don't want to say those were his only 2 threes. He hadn't hit any up until the second half, but 2 big threes to give them that 5-point lead in the last minute and a half, and that was it.
And he hasn't had much time off the floor, as I've mentioned earlier, maybe 1 rest during this game, but he's been out for the Bruins basically the entire game.
Absolutely, he's played about, I'd say he's definitely played 30 minutes plus.
There's a layup at the rim. That'll go around. A nice rebound at the rim. McDonald. And he steps out of bounds. That ball will go the other way for the Bruins. Now 14 seconds remaining. Unfortunately, we got that little bit of a timeout while we were trying to figure things out in the 4th quarter, but things were absolutely electric up until that point. Now things seem to have slowed down. Shot clock is off. The Bruins with the ball. They'll hold it out, and they'll take the win for the first game in the OCAA championships here at Humber College. 79-69 over the Niagara Knights.
And you got to give it up to both teams. I mean, what a way to start off the weekend, Corey. I mean, the #1 team coming out, and these guys who they have a relatively good history with, 2 wins, no losses on the season, giving them such a game. You know, and even though it's a 10-point win, that does not reflect the way this game went out at all. They were neck and neck the entire game. And these Knights, so young, I can't wait to see what these guys are going to do next year. But the Bruins moving on. Congratulations to them.
Definitely. You have to think Keith Vassell is hurting a little bit after that game. Now, they weren't expected to win, but they did put up just one great fight during that entire game. And, you know, that's a season series sweep for the Sheridan Bruins. That's their 3rd win against the Niagara Knights this season. But great fight there put forth by Niagara.
Absolutely, Niagara, fantastic. Hilton, 22 points. You know, he's 5 of 10, 50% from the 3-point line. He's hit all his free throws, 8-15 from the field. I mean, the dude was sensational. Lundy, the energizer that he is. 18 points, 8 of 15 shooting as well. He was fantastic. How about Owusu, Owusu, 27 on the night. He was great, and he was definitely the core, in my opinion, to which this team worked around, and everybody, you know, did a fantastic job to just slowly chip away at that lead that they lost in the first, and then they come out and they win it.
And as both of those players have been all year, I mean, both the ones you mentioned there, Lundy and Owusu, there's a reason they were both named to the 2nd team All-Stars for the West Division. Both dynamic players for their team, and it's just a great game they put on by both. Morocco Lundy, he was thrown out on that foul that he made at the end of the game there. And if you want to keep updated on what happened there, if there's an announcement on Morocco Lundy, go to the OCAA.ca website, and they'll definitely have an announcement there throughout the weekend.
2nd team All-Star this year. I guarantee he's a 1st team All-Star next year.
So at the end of this game, the Sheridan Bruins take the game 79-69. And right now we have a player interview with Natalie Stoberman on the sidelines. Natalie?
17 points on the game, but what a game. Just tell me about the energy. Did you expect a game like this from Niagara? And you got to hand it to them. They gave it to you really tough today.
Yeah, they really gave it their all, but before the game started, I talked with the guys and I told them the playoffs is up and down. It doesn't always go your way. There's going to be a couple possessions where it's hard, and we're going to have to fight back. We're going to have to keep composed and stay well mentally. But congrats to Niagara on a good performance, but we pulled it out today.
Well, I'd have to say you guys executed on a serious comeback and turnaround from the first half. You had 27 points collectively in the third quarter alone. What was the key to that turnaround?
That's kudos to my coach. We started the game pretty stagnant. He decided to press coming out of the half to pick up the energy, get the guys going. We were playing a little stiff. He wanted us to loosen up, and it worked. It worked well. We got a run right out of the gates and ended up with a W.
Let's talk about you for a moment. You hit 2 3-pointers all night, and they were in the fourth quarter, just when your team needed it most, and Niagara was shooting lights out from the three-point line. How did it feel that you were able to seal the deal tonight for the win?
I've been here before, and I know my team counts on me. These guys, they look up to me. They expect me to take those shots and make them too. So I had all the confidence taking the shots no matter how many times I missed during the game. Fourth quarter is the time for the veterans to step up, so I did just that.
All right. Looking forward to seeing you step up in the next round.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching. We've got Humber, the Humber Hawks, taking the court very shortly. We'll see you for that game.